Hello friends, Anand back again. How many of you are aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? There was a person called Abraham Maslow. In 1943, he submitted a paper on a theory of human motivation in the Psychological Review. He has presented a beautiful concept of the five levels of hierarchy of needs a human being has, every human being has, and it has got a lot of connect to meditation. Rather, I would say the extension of Maslow's hierarchy of needs actually culminates into what we call spirituality, or the tool what we use to experience spirituality, that is meditation. So let me see how best I am able to connect both the dots for the listener's interest. Maslow says every human being has physiological needs, which is food, water, warmth, and rest, which is a basic need, and also has safety needs, typically like security and safety. Once these basic needs are addressed in our life, then we move to psychological needs, which has got two parts. One is belongingness and love needs, which is typically like intimate relationships, friends, right, family, all that. And then the next extension of psychological needs goes to esteem needs. Once you fulfilled all this, then you move to what is called prestige, feeling of accomplishment, which comes under the psychological needs, which is the second bucket. So once we crossed basic needs and psychological needs, physical needs and psychological needs, we move up to the top of the pyramid in the triangle, which is self-actualization needs, or rather self-fulfillment needs. The self-fulfillment or self-actualization is what everybody talks about. Unleash your potential, go towards your possibility, and unfold your passion into a larger spectrum of life, where achieving one's full potential, including creative activities and targets, wealth creation, knowledge, travel, anything and everything which gives actualization to explore the true potential of oneself. This is where he stops. As a psychologist, he stopped here. But the Indian tradition gone one step further. Fortunately or unfortunately, there are no research. Of course, now in the current world, a lot of research happening. I'm talking about thousands of years. It was not recorded in a way where current generation will be able to appreciate and adapt to those principles. That's where comes what is called self-realization. Once self-actualization is accomplished, like for example, somebody would have really made huge money, wealth created, knowledge, a great intellectual perhaps, and physical fitness accomplished. All the 8 dimensions have been achieved by a human being. And what next? You still have to live. You have a long way to go. That moment, there could be probably a clarion call comes for some people, that what next? There is a gap I find. I think I need to do something beyond all this. Only when we accomplish all this, we'll be able to sometime remember. Or there are people, while in the process of accomplishing the basic needs and psychological needs, they are bestowed upon this fortune of looking at the self-realization, the field, which is typically a spiritual field, in terms of search, in terms of kind of a seeker. There are hundreds and thousands of people who are at the bottom of the pyramid are actually aiming, highest level of the self-realized needs. This is where comes what is called meditation, because at the end of the day, we all probably appreciate the self realization goals of various gurus and monk and the mendicants, the high potential caliber personalities who demonstrated in the history of human life. But as a human being, ordinary human being, we ourselves, when it comes to our own life, we start thinking like, this is for mahans, this is for greater people, not for us. It is not so. Every guru in this world, every mendicant, every personality of that caliber says, when I can do, you can also do. But only thing is our mind don't sometimes appreciate that, right? We don't plunge into that in terms of application. We only be able to appreciate from distance and praise them, worship them, and then we walk out. But they say you don't actually have to worship, you just have to become. So moving from just praising and appreciating to becoming something is where the actual reality lies, which is nothing but the practicality lies. So last 20 years of my meditation practice, my guru and the masters, hierarchy of masters, are consistently saying to people, to the millions of people in the world, that you can really attempt this at your own leisure time, and you don't have to go out anywhere and fall on somebody's feet and the regular tamasha which all of us know. You don't have to. But just by sitting at your home, by closing your eyes, you can still make yourself realized, the higher self of yourself. The higher self, I mean the spiritual self of yourself. But what kind of people who are all actually are also attempting to experience this meditation, generally speaking, as a ordinary human being? Normally when we are in tough situation, when we are pained, when we are suffering, when we lost money, or when we lost loved ones, or when we are in pathetic adverse situations of life, then we suddenly realize, okay, I think we should go into the spiritual field and yoga and meditate, and as if it is only for the people who are pained. No. Why should only when you are in suffering you should do this? When you are healthy, when you are happy, when you are rich, when you are powerful, when you are knowledgeable, or even otherwise, you should do at this point in time and experience, because it's a one-time opportunity in life. Just because we have our own assumptions about many things, if you forego and if you miss the opportunity, miss the bus, we don't know whether we are going to be born again. When we are going to be born again, we don't know whether we are going to have the similar life situations. We don't know anything about the future, right? So what is available on our hand is what is matter really most for each one of us. So the moment you step into this field of spirituality, which is the application of that is to practice something which is what we call meditation, which is a tool, which is a way to understand yourself, understand your higher self. Moment you come into this field, what happens is you are actually in the ground floor. You may be rich, you may be wealthy, you may be knowledgeable, you may have accomplished everything, but the moment you come into this field, it is keep everything away. The teacher says, keep everything away outside the door. You come as if you are as a single person, without any attributes or without anything attached to yourself. As a normal common man, without any attachments of whatever you have created in this lifetime. Then comes a basic first time realization that I am myself going to work on myself, without having that heavy load of our own creations in this world till now. Right? So when you start doing meditation, you look into yourself, there comes a beautiful environment, what is called awareness. We become completely aware of what we are at this point in time, and how we think, how we behave, what words we use, how we present ourselves. It gives phenomenal understanding about, first of all, ourselves. In my little understanding, meditation really helps you to, first of all, be aware of ourselves more than all the, let us say, 100 floor accomplishments in spirituality. When I am in ground floor, when I am in parking area, I only realize myself, what I am today, and how I am thinking, how I am expressing things inside of myself, how my mind works, how my body constitution works. So kind of complete awareness starts happening as a first step. It's only a first step. I request each one of you to experience this field of meditation, and then we will move into the first floor, second floor, third floor, I don't know how many floors. As the day progresses, as the teacher guides you, catch hold of a teacher who can help you without any conditions, the unconditional support. There are many. I can help you out by connecting you to the real good teacher who can guide, who can help you to master yourself inside without any expectations from you. Zero expectations from you, but giving himself 100% to you remotely. You don't have to go meet physically also. You be at your home, you just get inspired and start practicing. Makes world of difference to your life, hopefully. And I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for listening. Good day. Let's meditate together whenever we want. Bye bye.